How's she going, my son, and welcome back to Undertale. Well, I haven't forgotten about the So Sorry encounter. I'm actually already booted up and forgetting and having forgotten to change my date so that the game actually will spawn him in. So we're just going to do the Asgore stuff first that I wanted to do before we go back into the So Sorry stuff. And I know, although I won't actually be beating Asgore until, I'm ready to go on to toying with Omega Flowey. So, first things first. This is our baseline. This is our establishing baseline. Because I want to test how much do the numbers in this game actually matter. Because the check text that the game gives you are like power levels in Dragon Ball Z. They're completely bullshit. They don't mean a hill of beans. It does give you a trend of what the monster is doing, like if the stats change. Because one person made an interesting observation that Papyrus in the Genocide route has attack 5, defense 5, while in the Pacifist route he has attack 8, defense 2. So it's showing you that he's actually defending himself and not willing to fight you because he's trying to spare you. His mistake. But like Toriel and Asgore, they have 80 in both. Especially with Toriel, obviously she's holding back, but with Asgore, if he's actually trying to kill you, even with my 15 from my 2 items I have here, he would absolutely decimate me in most game systems. So why is it like that in Undertale? You know, it's confusing, but it's interesting. Anyway, no. Put a bunch of stuff away. I'm pretty much just going to keep attacking until I run out of health. Got to see how long I last, because I'm just trying to get a baseline of how many or how much damage the Worn Dagger does baseline, because that is our... Because if we're doing this scientifically, this is effectively our control, if you will. And I got to get my timer running here. Accurate measurements and all that. But, But yeah, we need a control to determine what does more and less damage. So we'll start with what the game gives you and it kind of expects you to use, and then we'll work our way around from there. Dum-dee-dum. Oh, is someone there? Just a moment. I have almost finished watering the flowers. Here we are. Howdy. How can I... Oh. I so badly want to say, would you like a cup of tea? But, you know how it is. Nice day today, huh? Birds are singing, flowers are blooming. Perfect weather for a game of catch. You know what we must do. When you are ready, come into the next room. Now, I have to admit, I am screwing around here. The Asgore fight still gives me a bit of pause. How tense. Just think of it like a visit to the dentist. Asgore, I've been to my fair share of dentists, and they never cause this much tension. Except maybe the wisdom teeth. Are you ready? If you are not, I understand. I am not ready either. This is the barrier. This is what keeps us all trapped underground. If by chance you have any unfinished business, please do what you must. Continue. I see. This is it then. Ready? A strange light fills the room. Twilight is shining through the barrier. It seems your journey is finally over. You're filled with determination. Human. It was nice to meet you. Goodbye. Bye-bye, mercy button. Okay. Now, also, I did forget about the whole talking thing to make him weaker as well. I'm gonna do a run where I don't do that, and then do a run where I do to see how much that affects it. Trying to... balls. Okay, so as we can see, defense-wise, we take 5 damage if we're wearing the Holocket. And we're at 1 LV. And, you know, we have no other defense bonuses. Ooh, that's the first time I've ever no-hit that attack. Nice. It's been a while since I've used a knife, actually, in this. Ah, crap. Crap. Ah. Alright. Shit. Don't move. Oh wait, shit, that was the one where you do move. Crap! Wrong color. Fucking it all up. Fucking it all up. And he slapped me. Okay, so... no other modifiers. We're doing about 100 some odd damage with our piss accuracy. Because I'm not hitting the middle. But, you know, that's our baseline. Now, I'm going to equip the weakest thing I have right now. I don't have... I have the ribbon. But I don't have, like I said before, I can't re-equip the stick. So, I'm going to equip the ribbon. And... where's my other one? The tough glove. Then we'll equip these two. Faded ribbon. Tough glove. Shink. Alright. Test number 2. Oh yeah, shit, I forgot I was going to test the talk difference. You know what, I'll do that after. We're just going to test the raw numbers first. Okay, so it doesn't do a huge amount of difference. Whoa. Although that is with me hitting the middle. Okay, well we're taking 7 when we have the ribbon equipped. So that's a lot of damage. Although I've seen a run... or I've seen someone doing this fight with just the bandage equipped, like as in they didn't change their armor from the start of the game. And they were also taking 7. So the ribbon doesn't make a difference in this fight. Like, or it's not making enough of a difference. Since we're dealing with such small numbers. Like, if I had 200 health, and he dealt, like, 70 damage, maybe the ribbon would make me take 65 instead, you know? But, like, numbers are too small otherwise. Thank you for putting them all on the one side for me there, buddy. Yeah, so we're dealing a little... don't move. We're dealing a little under 100 damage, even with the perfect hits. Although, can you crit with the tough glove? I don't think you can. Nah, the way it works, you just have to keep mashing Z. You don't get crits. This has also been an excuse to get me to practice this fight a little bit, because it's been a really long time since I've done the Asshole fight. It's literally been 2 runs ago, and God knows how many resets, and several months probably, actually. Ah, crap. And I'm dead. As it shows. Alright. So, the Tough Glove, as I'm sure any of you who have watched the Game Grumps do this, that's what they ended up using, because they didn't bother to keep up with their equipment in the pacifist run, because they thought, like most people, oh, I'm not going to need a weapon, I'm being a pacifist. I, on the other hand, went, well, I might as well keep this thing up to date. And I was rewarded for that thought. Although, I grinded for the gun because I thought I needed it, but then I forgot about the knife because I didn't want to take the... I remember I didn't want to take the presents because I thought it would be naughty. I thought it would be like a negative karma action or something. Okay, so... 2-2 is the next one up. We don't have the shoes, I don't think. We don't have the shoes, do we? No. Crap. So, I guess we will switch to the notebook. This is, I believe, the item I first used when I was up here, because I kind of stuck with the notebook once I had it, because of the effect. Oh, put that too. Now, the notebook is actually less damage than the glove and the, actually, I think it's almost as bad as the stick. It's just that it has the effect. So, this should do less damage than the, glove, even. Well, that's interesting. That actually did almost as much damage as the frickin' knife. Now, a bit of that is I'm doing the little active swing meter thing a little better for that one. But also I'm noticing the 2-2 has us down to 6 damage. The crits are 118. Whoa. Ah, crap. Walked right into the wall of fire. Yeah, this was the first weapon I was using for this fight. Move, don't move. Alright. Can I just take a moment and say that I think this fight is masterfully orchestrated? And I'm not just talking the music. The setup to it, the visuals on the fight, the music, of course, fitting it perfectly. And, like, oh, this fight is amazing. It reminds me of fighting Gwyn at the end of the first Dark Souls. Different feeling for the relationship with the protagonist, though. Because in the Dark Souls, I imagine the two protagonists, the protagonist and Gwyn are just tired. They're exhausted. They've been through so much hell because the protagonist is literally keeps coming back no matter as long as you keep playing the game. And Gwyn has existed since practically the beginning of time and has been keeping the fire going, the Fire of Lords, or I don't remember, I think is what it was called, ever since then. With Asgore, it's similar, because he's been keeping the kingdom of... He's been trying to keep hope alive for the monsters for ages. And for Frisk, you know, who knows how many deaths getting here for your first time, right? Ah, should have just taken more damage. You know, how many times have you died when you first did this? Even just on him, right? Because, like, remember, some people were probably like me, where they were, okay, there's got to be a way to solve this without the mercy button, without using the fight button. Because I'm a pacifist, I can't use the fight button. But you have to use the fight button. So, you know, you're going to hit your head against the wall for a while until you realize this fact and use the fight button. You know, it gives me the... You know, it gives me that same impression of it being like, man... Like I said with the Dark Souls boss, with Gwyn, it's two very tired... a very tired ruler and a very tired... I guess you could say subject that just want to resolve this and, like, go home. Although Gwyn doesn't really have a home anymore. He's just, you know, his home is Lordran, and, well, as you've seen by going through Dark Souls, you see how much of a shit state that's in. Okay, so next thing is the glasses. And the pan. Probably my favorite weapon in this game. For reasons that should be obvious. So we already have 5 defense, but we have 10 attack now. That's never not awesome, by the way. Also, notice something interesting. You know how the text is wiggly? Well, if we go with the idea that Chara is the narrator, be it the way I see it, where you're always Chara, or you're always in Chara's body and he's just narrating the world to you, or if Chara is a separate entity narrating to Frisk and the player, the wiggly text, it's him succumbing to emotion. Particularly because this is a serious mode fight, so he cuts all the humor, all the sarcasm. He just gives you the facts, because it's about all he can manage to spit out without bursting into tears at this point. Because you're fighting his adoptive father. You know, you might accidentally kill him. Especially, you know, he'd especially care about that on a run that's about to be a true pacifist run, because of the fact that you've been doing so well so far and you haven't killed anyone else. Especially not his mother, either. So, you know, he's worried. Is he going to kill Asgore? He doesn't have the mercy button. Oh god, what happens? How does he solve this? You know, it's probably what's going through his mind at this point. And it's only worse if it actually is. And it's only and it's actually worse if, you know, your character always is Chara, but you're just puppeting their body. You know, at this point, they would be a spectator in a fight with their body versus their adoptive father that they love dearly. And I can't think of a worse hell. Especially if you've killed anyone in the run, because then there would be a doubt in their mind. Even like a single random encounter, there would be the doubt in their mind. Oh god, are they going to kill my father too? Oh man. Crits. You know, I honestly think the weapons that have multiple swings are better than the single hit weapons, even if the single hit weapons have more attacks. That's what I'm starting to notice. But not if you bugger up the hits, though, which is, I guess, the payoff. Oh, never can quite dodge that one. I'm taking 7 damage again, but I have, because the glasses are actually worse than... I think they're about as good as the ribbon, but they're worse than the tutu. So if you're really good with the multi-hit weapons, you can do a lot of damage. But they're really particular. Yeah. That one I got was like a perfect crit that did the 300 damage. Okay, we're gonna lay off him a bit here. Ow. Probably just gonna let him kill me here, because I don't want to accidentally kill him and start the Omega Flowey problem. Which I hope he still actually fights me. Hit me! Thank you. I hope Omega Flowey actually still fights me, though, because I'm a little curious as to how he's gonna react, because he's still in pissy, oh, he didn't complete the genocide run mode. So, like, I don't know if he's going to do the Omega Flowey fight, or if he's just gonna, like, chew me out and then spit me out to the save before Asgore and tell me, you know, go do the true pacifist then, you pussy. Or whatever, you know. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing, but you get the idea. Okay, so cowboy hat and the gun. Now, the cowboy hat also gives you an attack bonus, so I might have to test that with some of the other weapons as well. Hang on, where is it? Also, I've never used the gun before, so I'm going to suck with it. Although I do remember using the hat instead of the locket because of the attack numbers. Ah, fingers. Okay, so it does more. It has more attack than the worn dagger, but you have less defense. But we've seen that it's like you have to hit a break point. Like, you need a certain amount for it to actually matter. Again, like I said, the numbers are so small that when they start rounding them down, it doesn't look like it's done any different. But again, if we had 200 hit points, we would notice the smaller number, like the single digit would change more, instead of the tens digit. But since we only have tens and ones, we don't get to see the big differences. Okay. Oh, Jesus. I do not know how to use the empty gun. Oh, God. Ah, crap. Okay, and the cowboy hat only makes you take 6 damage, so that's not good. It's doing more base damage than the knife, I'm noticing. singed me eyebrows off. God, those meters. Oh, that swing meter's really fast. Ah, crap. Already gonna die. I gotta admire the speedrunners who use the gun a lot. Crap. Because this thing is difficult to use. Oh, crap. No. 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 Oh, he was about to slap me. Ah, crap. I'm hitting it. I'm doing it for, like, the burnt pan in my head. It's not working. Ooh, nice. But yeah, the way the damage works on the gun is... Oh, crap. And I'm dead. Damage with the gun is, like, wildly inconsistent because you can crit on, like, each of the 4 hits. Same is the reason why the pan also works that way. Only it's a lot slower, so it's easier to get them. But it doesn't do as much. But it also has the effect on it that makes it the only relevant weapon against sand, so, you know, it's why I love it so much. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot to test the apron. Well, I mean, that wouldn't be the biggest difference. I mean, the apron, defense-wise, is what? 11. So it would, again, it would probably be as good as the cowboy hat, only it wouldn't, only it would give you the health instead of the more damage. Now, Temi armor, as we all know, gives you an additional 10 attack, so we're going to test that a little bit before the end of the episode here. Don the Temi armor. We have attack 25 now. I'm going to see how much difference this actually makes. It's interesting how his spear is bright red like that. You know, the color that's been associated with you for this entire game. It's interesting. I wonder what it's supposed to entail. Whoops. Okay, well it definitely makes it do more damage. And of course, the Temi armor makes you take the least amount of damage and also doesn't... I'm like overdoing it. Oh, crap, no. It's almost like it's adding like a flat 10 damage to my hits. Or like a flat like 20. Don't move. Alright. Yeah, it's like a flat 20. Now, I wonder if that remains consistent with the other weapons. Actually, shit, you know what I should have been doing? I should have kept the weapons in my inventory so I could switch them in combat. Oh well. Hit me. Hit me. Stop trying to hit me and hit me. Come on. Hit me. Hit me, you pussy. There we go. Thank you. Alright. So we're actually going to do that for the next fight, which will be the one where we just test all the different weapons with the Temi armor equipped. And that'll probably be the last of it, because I'm at 21 minutes here, although we started the episode a little later, so we're actually probably into like 20-some-odd minutes here. Okay, so... no, these are all the armors. I need the weapons. Glove, notebook, gun, pan. Okay, Worn Dagger, Temi armor. Equip. Glove. So Asgore must be timeline aware. To what extent, I'm not sure. But he is aware enough to know that you can reload your game, and that every time you do, it's because he killed you. At least when you're this far in the game. So it makes me wonder, like, is this what happened with every other human until they gave up? Yeah, it's adding like a flat 20 damage when you wear the Temi armor, I'm noticing. Because, like, those were doing 90-ish before. Ah. Okay. Item. Nope. Yeah, seems to be consistent. So the numbers seem to be bullshit, like Dragon Ball Z power levels. But the items have, like, an underlying effect that... Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers they give you are bullshit, but the game checks what you're wearing, like, specifically. Like, oh, they're wearing the Temi armor. Do this to their attack and the damage they take. You know, like, it's not... The numbers it's spitting out to you are just, hey, what's going on? Here's some numbers. Bleh. Right? So my phone has done something. Huh. Oh well. Okay, test the glove, test the dagger. God. Ah, crap, I got hit anyway. Alright, that's fine. Distant. Yeah, the damage on the gun is wild because of trying to get the freaking swing meter to work in my favor. Yeah, it's way less. I got a bunch of, like, reds on the meter. Yeah. Okay. Pan. My favorite weapon. Nope. Nope. Edge nope. Yeah, it seems to be consistent. Okay, so, Asgore, do me a favor and off me, would you? Try to get out of this battle, since I can't run away. Ow. Hit me. Slap me, damn you. There we go. Okay, so, we've concluded that the weapons actually do still have an effect on your stats. Hope that hasn't been there the whole time. I apologize, I'm on a bed, and my mouse is on the bed, so sometimes when I move, that happens. You know, so, I apologize if it's been there the whole time and I haven't noticed. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Twitter, subscription, and my Tumblr are in the description below. So yeah, the numbers might be bullshit, but the items do have their impact. It's just a matter... I do believe the game, like, under the hood, is just checking which particular item you have equipped, not what your numbers are, because the numbers don't mean a hill of beans. I mean, the Genocide run proves this as much as well. You can hit a boss for, like, 5 digits of damage with the same weapon you were hitting a dude outside for, like, a couple hundred. You know, damage more consistent with your pacifist playthrough numbers, assuming you accidentally hit the fight button. But anyway, next round we'll see how much the talk command reduces him, because I know it cuts his damage not quite in half, but to a significant enough degree. But let's see how much it does for the defense. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and ciao for now.